Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us for our 6 p.m. news over Camdis Television. Let's begin with our headlines. The Minister of Public Service and Administrative Reforms, Joseph Lay, presided over the official launch of the 2025-2026 academic year at the National School of Administration and Magistracy this Thursday, March 5th, 2026 at the Yaoundé Conference Center. In a vibrant prelude to Women's Day 2026, the women of the Republican Television Camdis and their partners from Sodepa came together to share insights on balancing work and family life while also revisiting the joys of their childhood games. These stories and more will be yours in a bit. Thanks once more for joining us. We begin this news in education. As you heard in one of our lead stories, the Advanced School of Administration and Magistracy ENAM has officially opened the 2025-2026 academic year this Thursday, March 5th, 2026 at the Yaoundé Conference Center. The ceremony was presided over by the Minister of Public Service and Administrative Reform, Joseph Lay, with 306 students from Cameroon, Gabon, Chad, Central African Republic on the roll. Bertrand Tita and Elise Yanda were present and brought back the full report.
I solemnly declare the 2025-2026 academic year at the National School of Administration and Magistracy.
The academic year has begun with 306 students selected from a pool of 7,000 candidates who sat for the competitive entrance examination. The students drawn from Chad, Congo, Central African Republic, Gabon and Cameroon are a testament to the strong relationships Cameroon share with its sub-regional partners. In his address, the Director General of ENAM emphasized the institution's commitment to excellence, highlighting the importance of adapting to the rapidly changing world where artificial intelligence is increasingly playing a significant role.
The year of ENAM, a citadel of excellence and the beacon of hope for 1,000 of deserving young Cameroonians. It is a fighting occasion to promote excellence, foster institutional solidarity, review the achievement of the past academic year, and outline its projected strategic goals for the year ahead.
He echoed the sentiments of President Paul Biya, who emphasized the need to integrate digital progress into public services and the economy. The students are being equipped with the knowledge, skills and attitude necessary to excel as public servants, contributing to the country's modernization and development.
Paradigm. Things are changing. The administration is also changing. Explain to the young men that their situation has radically changed because they must know how administration functions.
The launch was also marked by a reminder of the heavy responsibility awaiting the students, with President Paul Biya's words ringing true. You are all useful to the construction and progress of your dear country. The future of Cameroon indeed rests in their hands.
That have been given to them has been chosen by the head of state himself to show that he is aware of the situation, to show that he takes into account every day what they are and what they must be, what ENAM is and what ENAM must be.
Their parents were called to accompany the students as they undergo their studies, reminding them of the shared responsibilities that await them.
I therefore urge each and every one of us here to work to ensure that our students embrace the vision of a public service based on mission, duty, and productivity where the user is king, as we
The official opening of the 2025-2026 academic year of ENAM was an opportunity to remind the students of their roles and responsibilities in nation building.
The women of the Ministry of Higher Education have joined in activities leading up to the 41st International Women's Day, placing emphasis on legal, economic, and empowerment. The roundtable discussions brought together academic dignitaries and students under the resonant theme, Rights, Justice, and Action for All Women and Girls. Melanimbo and Madoshe Kwiati.
The women of the Ministry of Higher Education has marked the 41st edition of the International Women's Day with a high-profile event at the National Advanced School of Engineering. Under the global theme, Rights, Justice and Action for All Women and Girls, the ceremony brought together academic authorities, experts and students to reflect on the crucial role of women in societal development.
Nous avons dans le cadre de la thématique
This year's International Women's Day, we have chosen to focus on women's rights and duties regarding property management. We know that in our environment, legal rules are often set aside in favor of customs and practices that discourages women. Women are often educated to see their husbands as the head of the family, who are allowed to do everything.
Marie est le chef de la famille, il lui est permis de tout faire.
The highlight of the program was a series of intellectual empowering presentations, shedding light on topics often observed by customary practices, from empowerment to women entrepreneurship, encouraging women to leverage their skills for economic development. These discussions aimed to equip attendees with practical knowledge to navigate legal frameworks and seize entrepreneurial opportunities.
Donc nous avons choisi donc de les édifier sur
We are focused on educating them about the legal foundations of property management, specifically through the Civil Code. The Civil Code regulates property management in terms of rights and duties, recognizing that women have both rights and responsibilities within the couple, just like their husbands. As teachers, we aim to empower women and future generations to better defend their rights, aligning with the March 8 objective of defending women's rights.
L'objectif du 8 mars étant la défense des droits des femmes.
By addressing sensitive topics such as patrimonial management and governance, the ministry is taking concrete steps to translate international commitment to tangible realities.
Education and active participation not only honors the progress made, but also strengthens the ongoing fight for equality, inclusion, empowerment, championed by the head of state, Excellency Paul Biya, with the indispensable support of Madame Chantal Biya, the UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador for Education and Social Inclusion, and First Lady of our dear and beloved country, Cameroon. So that every woman and young person has supportive environments. You are also ensuring that every woman and young person, regardless of status, can find peace, comfort, and encouragement within the academic community.
The Minister of State represented at the opening underscored the government's dedication to creating an academic environment where women can thrive as leaders and innovators.
On this International Women's Day, I encourage all women in the higher education system to take the lessons and discussions of the day as a source of strength and inspiration to improve your own lives and to positively influence the lives of other women and girls around you. Your voices, actions and leadership are especially powerful within the Ministry of Higher Education, where their commitment can always shapes policies, programs and environments that uplift and empowers our entire higher education community.
In his closing remark, the minister's representative conveyed profound gratitude to all women in the higher education sector for their resilience and sacrifices. These events concluded with a call to collective responsibility, urging all academic actors to transform the orientations discussed into lasting results.
Still in connection to activities leading up to the 2026 edition of the International Women's Day, Cameroon's rich cultural diversity has been celebrated by the female staff of the Ministry of State Property, Surveys and Land Tenure in the presence of Minister Henri Eyebe Aïssi. From playbacks to a display of various traditional dishes, it took place in a highly colorful event. Edizang and Promise Akante.
Celebrating the rights of women by spotlighting on the rich cultural diversity of Cameroon and promoting national integration is the option taken by the women of the Ministry of State Property, Surveys and Land Tenure as they organized a cultural day as part of commemorative activities in the build-up of the 41st International Women's Day. In songs, fashion parade and playbacks, the women displayed their hidden talents away from the daily office routines. Showcasing the country's touristic prowess in traditional regalia and more especially in traditional dishes, delicacies from the 10 regions of the country were prepared and displayed for all to savour. This Thursday's event is one of the many activities organized all week long by the ministry led by Henry Eyebe Aisi, whom the women affectionately refer to as a father who cherishes women.
Our minister has decided to valorize women. And we are among the ministries very fortunate to have a father like that who would dedicate one entire day where we come to exhibit what we know how to do, cooking, playing football. That's what we had within the week. We played football and we had some very interesting healthcare topics we talked about, all with the aim to give a woman the place that she deserves in the ministry.
A total effervescence celebrating the active participation of women in the success of the activities of the ministry.
In an educative discussion, the women at the Ministry of Forestry and Wildlife have highlighted another crucial aspect of women's empowerment and justice for all women and girls. Stop violence at all levels. This initiative aims to equip women with the knowledge and skill necessary to navigate complex systems and advocate for themselves. Melanimbo and Freddy Esomo.
In a roundtable engagement that resonated deeply with participants, the Ministry of Forestry and Wildlife have hosted a vital sensitization workshop centered on a powerful theme: justice for all women and girls. Stop violence at all levels. The event served as a critical platform to address the pervasive issues of gender-based violence, which often forces many women into silence. Organizers and speakers emphasized that speaking up and educating oneself on fundamental rights is not just an option, but a necessity for creating a safer and more equitable society.
Following the theme for this year's celebration of the Women's Day, the Ministry of Forestry and Wildlife proposed another theme, which is on justice to all women and girls and stop violence at all levels. We decided to choose this topic because we have realized that a lot of women are going through injustice and they keep on staying quiet. So it was an occasion for us to be sensitized, to be informed on our rights as a woman, and when you are faced with violence, we have learned about the procedures, where to go to have justice and to be able to say no to violence.
The workshop provided them with practical knowledge on navigating legal and administrative procedures should they face violence. By demystifying the process of seeking help, the session empowered women to firmly say no to abuse and to express themselves confidently. Beyond addressing violence, the discussions also touched upon the dynamics of family life, encouraging a balanced approach to responsibilities. Notably, the conversation was framed within the context of mutual respect, acknowledging the man's role as the head of the family while advocating for partnership and shared duties.
For forestry, we have also learned how to express ourselves and to take our responsibilities as women. We should not only complain, we should do our job normally as expected, and also to take care of the family, to know that the man remains the head of the family.
As the event drew to a close, the resounding call to action was one of a collective empowerment. The workshop successfully transformed passive concern into active engagement, leaving the women not only with a deeper understanding of their rights, but also with the determination to use their voices.
Women of the Republican Television and their partners SODEPA have shared experiences on how to better balance work and family life as working class ladies. This was during activities leading up to the 2026 edition of the International Women's Day, as the ladies of both structures also revisited their childhood games. The sight and sounds of the fun-filled day in the following report by Promise Akante and Ediza.
The day started with ladies of both structures leaving the premise of Kamdis Television with one thing in mind: have fun, share experiences, and release stress. Upon arrival at the playground, the ladies bonded, creating a conducive environment for honest, heart-to-heart discussions. From the discussions, balancing family and professional life is quite challenging, but not impossible. Then came time for physical exercise, with the ladies following the lead of a sports coach. The best part came when the ladies revisited their childhood games.
This has been an exciting activity, and this come together between the two enterprises is a good one. I want something to encourage, from the talks to the sports to the dance, and now to this, our childhood activities. This is a great and nice thing that we encourage that it should happen more often. The 1st of May is approaching, and we wish that this set activity should also take place just as we have done this time around.
To the ladies of SODEPA, the experience is worth reliving.
We are gathered here today to do some exercise to see how we women can empower ourselves.
Having fun and keeping fit is what these ladies wish for.
And have fun. We wish that this day should be another day, should be always, to come up always, so that we can exercise ourselves and keep growing in good health.
It was also an opportunity to thank the promoters of both structures for believing in women and encouraging their well-being.
I want to thank our CEO of Kamdis Television, but also the CEO of SODEPA, because they believe in women that we are, and today they have permitted all of women who have been here to express themselves, because we exchange. We realize that being a woman is very important, so we share our experiences. So we are very happy about that activities that we had today. We hope that the best is to come.
The moment of conviviality continued, with both enterprises promising to do this more often.
And if you're just joining us, it is the 6 p.m. news over Kamdis Television. Let's now take you beyond our borders to get updates of what make news. First up will be in Iran, Somalia, and then Ethiopia. These stories are compiled in the following report. A U.S. submarine has sunk the Iranian warship Iris Dana in the Indian Ocean near Sri Lanka in what U.S. Defense Secretary described as a rare submarine strike reminiscent of World War II. The vessel, carrying 180 crew members, went down after being hit by a torpedo, with Sri Lanka's Navy recovering 87 bodies and rescuing 32 survivors who were hospitalized in Gal, some in critical condition. The sinking, part of a broader U.S.-Israeli military campaign against Iran, marks a significant escalation, with U.S. officials stating that at least 17 Iranian naval vessels have been destroyed during the ongoing conflict, while Iran has vowed retaliation. Somalia has adopted a new constitution introducing direct elections for lawmakers for the first time, replacing the previous system in which clan elders elected MPs who then choose the president. The Prime Minister has hailed the move as a historic victory, although it was approved despite an opposition boycott. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, who has championed the reform and proposed elections for June, saw his mandate extended by 1 year under the amendments, casting doubt on the timeline. The plan faces major security and logistical hurdles due to the ongoing threat from Al-Shabaab and political tensions with regional states such as Jubaland and Puntland, while Somaliland continues to operate independently. Rebels in Ethiopia's Tigray region say federal authorities are preparing for a renewed war, pointing to reports that the Ethiopian National Defense Force has amassed troops and equipment along the regional border. The warning comes despite a 2022 ceasefire that ended a brutal 2-year conflict between federal forces backed by Eritrean troops and the Tigray People's Liberation Front, a war that left an estimated 600,000 people dead. Although the truce largely held sporadic clashes since November, and growing mistrust between Addis Ababa and Tigrayan leaders have heightened tensions, while strained ties with Eritrea and disputes over Ethiopia's push for Red Sea access are fueling fears of another devastating regional conflict. And it is with that news out of the country, ladies and gentlemen, that we set the curtains to our 6 p.m. news over Candice Television. It was a pleasure staying with you. Do enjoy the rest of the evening in the company of interesting programs over the Republican channel. Thanks for watching.